All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started today, and we're going to be talking about content marketing. So yesterday we covered about your mission statement, and then we also talked about possibly your branding. And so I know some of us are not on here, so I'm not going to ask, did you have any questions? Because unless you do have some, Tracy, do you have? Okay. Can you unmute yourself? Nope. Okay. All right. No problem. So, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about branding. Okay. And the whole purpose of your content marketing is to tie your brand into your market, your content that you're going to put out. Okay. So the reason why we want to focus on our content marketing is because we're targeting our perfect ideal customer. So when if it moves you, it's going to move your customer to a particular action. Okay, rather that could be a like, that could be a comment, that could be a share. It depends on whatever your call to action is. So the objection to doing this is really to make sales. Content marketing is to just be making videos for the sake of making videos is not necessarily content marketing. It is just making a video. So you always should have a purpose behind your marketing strategy that you're choosing. You have 3 objections that you're wanting to do when you're coming to attraction marketing, okay? The first one is to attract. The second one is to acquire. The third one is to engage into your content, okay? So the beginner, when you're marketing, maybe they're saying, okay, well, that's great, but where do I go to get all this great content that I'm supposed to be sharing on a regular basis? Well, there's a lot of places that we may not actually know about or that we could actually overlook, okay? So one of the things that I use to do is that I visit a lot of our gurus that support our industry, okay? So who is the gurus that support my industry? All right, well, I am in affiliate marketing. I am network marketing, and those are motivational speakers. Those are people that want to inspire us, okay? That would be Tony Robbins. That would be Zig Ziglar. That would be Bob Proctor, Eric Work. There's all kinds of different places that you can actually look for to have content, great content. So we're looking for everybody that supports our industry, okay? So they all usually have blog posts. So I go and look at their blog. It could be also on their YouTube channel or videos on Facebook. There's plenty of different platforms that you can go and look, okay, for value, for content. Podcasts are another good place for you to use, okay? And also webinar events. So the purpose of you doing your research as throughout your day is you're looking for different things that are inspiring you that you can actually share back as value to your market, okay? So if you're following a particular guru, they're going to be giving you tips. Okay, why not turn around and give those tips and value back to your audience? That is the easiest way for you to brand yourself as a leader in our industry, okay, by you providing solutions to our market, our pain, okay? So part of your content marketing is that you're not alone, okay? You should focus on maybe 1 or 2 elements, okay? So the one thing that you need to do is master one activity, okay, all throughout your entire process, all right? So where are some of the places that you can do, okay? The big thing to remember when you're content marketing is it's throughout your entire sales process, whether it is to attract people to your website. Is it to generate leads? Is it convert those leads into sales? And then finally upsell those existing customers to a different product. Okay, so always when you're bringing your content to give value, okay, one of the ways that I use the content is to create sales. Okay, I use a RVLT formula. Okay, the R is for results. V is value. Number 3 is lifestyle. Okay, everybody loves your lifestyle. And then the last thing is testimonies. Okay, so if you do an 80-20 mix of that, focus heavily on your lifestyle and your value, then that's how you're going to give content back to your audience. Okay, then you want to interject some results and testimonies along that way. Again, only 20%, because we're talking about an organic marketing strategy as we go through this process. So if we're doing this on our Facebook page, we don't want to be too salesy. Okay, so this is the purpose of having great content, to attract them to it. Okay, so always think in the back of your mind, how can this content help me in my sales process? Okay, always have a purpose. You could also share to get insights with your audience. Okay, one of the things that I like to use, and let me pull that up, is ways to talk to your audience without actually talking to your audience, which is very nice to do. Okay, there's several different ways that you can do this. Okay, so let me pull up this picture. Okay, and we're going to go over some of these areas that you can do. All right, if I can get it up. Okay. So one of the ways that you can do it here, get this, is by building rapport without even talking with people. Okay, so we're talking about, we can use positive quotes. We could talk about using motivation. We could talk about using something inspiration. Okay, it's not really about having that interaction, that one-on-one. It's about inspiring others with your content. Okay, how-to marketing. If you're stepping into your leadership role as a marketing consultant or a promoter of whatever marketing you are promoting, right, you are growing as you go through this process. So why not have some YouTube videos or some how-to marketing? Okay, those that may not be are kind of camera shy. Okay, you don't necessarily have to have yourself on the camera. You can do this Zoom. Okay, I love this Zoom platform. Share the screen, minimize yourself, and then do a overview of what you're talking about. Okay, do a how-to. That could be setting up your Aweber. That could be setting up content. That could be doing whatever, right? So use the tools that are available to move you along. Okay, everybody loves to have a glimpse on the inside of your world. So anytime that you can show some lifestyle, okay, people will be drawn to that. And I'll show you some examples of content. Okay, entertainment. Everybody wants to talk about what's going on in their world. Okay, that could be comedy. That could be a movie. That could be a book that you're reading, whatever the case may be. Okay, trivia. People love to give your opinion on stuff, right? So why not ask their opinion? So we're talking about how we can engage on our page as we go through here. So these are ideas that can help you with your engagement. Okay, controversy. Now I try to stay away from the controversy because that's a double-edged sword. Okay, so sometimes you can, especially politics and religion, there's nothing wrong with them. I just try to stay, I try to stay away from them. However, if you have your page very flat, okay, you should have a pulse on your page. And if it's like nobody's sharing, liking, and stuff like that, you can insert a little controversy to get your boosting on your algorithm for more people to make comments in your post. So that actually does benefit you, but you got to know how to use it effectively. Same way with the social proof, okay? It is not necessarily your social proof that you're using, okay? It could not be a dollar sign too. Social proof is about data. Okay, do you have people opting into your email list? Do you have people sharing your posts? Do you have people commenting, liking? That's social proof that you are advancing in your marketing strategy, okay? So it's not always about showing the dollar, okay? If you have someone that is providing dollars, right, having success, why not show success of your team success, you know, congratulating them as they're improving their marketing strategy. Okay, another thing is piggyback marketing. Okay, so one of the things that I like about it is, let's just take for an example, this right here. This is this right here is an example of piggyback marketing. So I did a webinar about the golden ticket. It was about a guy that lost everything, and he got this ticket and he started having success because of that. Now, I did not necessarily go with that theme, but I used that storyline, and people are going to go to that movie as piggyback marketing. Okay, so again, it's about showing how you can show that. This is a lifestyle, right? Okay, that's 73 views that watched my video. All it was a picture of me. This came about, this was a quote that I used, and I showed that, and I just said, happy Saturday. Okay, this is a testimony where I had one of my students interview me. I had almost 700 views, and this was in April. I've got more views than that. Okay, this is a family. This is my son. I'm congratulating for him because he's been on a 5-year journey of apprenticeship. Okay, this is another lifestyle. This is just another picture of me and my husband out enjoying our day, and a favorite quote of mine, right? This is Zig Ziglar. This is inspiration. So you have other ways that you can use this audience. Okay, another thing. So I want to go to Facebook about another ways that you can do this. Okay. So let's just say that we want to think about a theme. Okay, we can go and look at different areas. Okay, what theme can we use as inspiration for this day? So I like to go to, okay, food is another way to use this theme. Okay, so we can go to a national day calendar. Okay, so we can go down through here and say today's trivia. All right, so we may be able to share something like that. Okay, so that's a good way to do it. Okay, another thing is conversation starters. Okay, if you can't think of things to come up with to start doing some of these, how to talk with people, right? They give us these things at the fingertips, right? So really all you're doing is you're trying to start conversations on your page to engage with your audience. Okay, remember, this is all about content marketing and how to become that attractor factor. Why not use some of these? What did you do on your last vacation? Okay, it's a very simple question, and I'm going to show you where I asked that question. Are you a risk taker? Do you climb trees? Okay, that is a very simple type of comment, right? So it's all about engagement. Okay, so here is just another lifestyle. Okay, this is a picture of my feet, right? I do not give a glimpse. I give only a glimpse of what I want to show my audience, right? But it's about letting them see what's going on. Okay, food is another great thing to change the state. Okay, so let me get down to this. Okay, here's this thing. Are you a risk taker? Do you climb trees? 72 likes, shares, and comments. Okay, those are leads coming into my on a regular basis. Then I had more comments too, right? Look at all these comments that I had just by asking a simple question. Okay, so my content is working for me. Okay, another great place that you can do is you can ask query. Okay, quorum is another place. So you're getting ideas on what you can post online. So why not go where they're looking for stuff, right? Amazon is another place that you can actually keep your eye on what people are looking for in their quotes, right? In the market, right? It's about you stepping in and providing value back into the market. Okay. Another great one is Buzz Tusami. Okay. So what's happening? Let's just say that you are looking for marketing tips. Okay. Marketing tips is always valuable, right? On Facebook. All right. So here we are. We've got Facebook marketing, personal branding tips. Okay. So this right here, whatever this industry has been shared, they've gotten 5.4,000 engagements on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. It gives you an idea of where people are in, look for this, right? So why not go to this? So they're sharing 5 of these tips with the audience. Why don't you just take one of those tips and share back with your audience, okay? So I'm giving you different places that you can look for and looking for your content to share. All right, you can also go to the blog. So let's just say that we're going to Ray Higdon. All right, he's a very supportive of our industry. So we're going to go to his blog. Okay, so he's giving tips on a regular basis to his audience. Okay, remember when we're when we're first starting out, it's not about reinventing the wheel. Okay, and so it's about following the leaders that are already forging the path for you, and you putting your little sauce on it, or your interpretation of what you're reading, right? Because they're not following, I mean, they're following Ray Higdon, but you're trying to make your own brand, your own style in your own way, okay? But in the beginning, when we're first starting out, it's about following others and their path, okay? So let's just say that we are looking about the best ways to close your prospects, okay? This may not be for everybody, but if your pulse is to have on the marketing industry, then maybe it would help your target if that's part of your audience, okay? So how about this? Let's take something like this, read it, put your interpretation on it, and give credit to Ray Higdon for sharing this, okay? It's not about you providing the value. It's about you writing the value. It is about you providing the value to your audience by whoever, okay? Another thing that you can do is that you can take something like this, right? And if you're not a good writer, you can copy it. And we don't want to plagiarize, right? We want to actually take something and work with it. But some of us are not good writers, like myself. So what I do is I go to this little website called Spinbot, okay? So what it does is that you take somebody's writings like this, right? You find something that you like, and then you put it in this, right? And then you let it repurpose it for you, right? Let's see. See if it'll do it. It may be too big. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay, so this is the text from Ray Higdon, right? So if we look down here, this is the text wrote over, but it's not necessarily the same, right? It's got different phrases, different wording, and stuff like that. Now, will this be all good? Probably not. You have to take the time to read it to make sure that it's coherent and congruent and everything like that. So not every word is going to be right, but at least it gives you a basis to start with, okay? So that is one of the easiest and the simplest ways for you to find content, okay? So one of the things that I like to use, okay, is a scheduler, okay? One of the things that I use is in the morning, I come in and I find what I'm going to use, what I'm going to post, okay? So I post 1 to 3 times in a day, okay? The next thing that you want to do is you want to pick the right time for you to post. So what times are those? So the best things that you can post, let me pull this up too, so bear with me just a minute. If I can find the content marketing. I should have that pulled up already. There we go. Took me a little while to get it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to share my screen again. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to, okay, so this is our daily action plan. Okay, so we want to start with posting 1 to 3 times. Remember, it's the RVLT formula that I was talking about. Okay, this is the RVLT formula. This is results that attracts people. Value, people love value. Okay, tell them a little bit about something. Okay, you should be reading, you should be studying, you should be improving on your personal development as you go throughout your day. Okay, so you should be prospecting or doing some kind of income activities 80% of the time. But I would say to you to always carve out time for personal development. This is where you're going to be actually getting your value that you're going to be giving back to your audience. Okay, that could be something that you're reading. I'm reading Zig Ziglar, The Qualities of Success. So every month or every few days, I'm reading something, right? Or I'm on a webinar, or I'm going through a training, something another to give me value back into my market. Okay. Another people is lifestyle. People love lifestyle. If you're talking about you live this lifestyle, this laptop lifestyle, then you want to start showing that type of lifestyle. Now, it's not about, traveling on yachts and being in Mercedes and having Rolexes on your watch. Lifestyle could be having lunch with your friends, spending time at the park, showing yourself, enjoying your life, right? People want to know that you're real and that you're approachable. If you start showing all that hype, then they're going to say, well, she don't need my business. She's already successful, right? So you want to it's a journey. People are watching you as you go through this journey. Okay, testimonies, or if you do have success, okay, then let someone interview you. If you do not have success, then why don't you turn around and interview someone else that is having success? So then when the testimony, it shows results and shows trust, because it's not coming from you, it's coming from a third party. Okay, so that's how I do my RVLT formula. Again, it's the 80-20 mix. I do 80% lifestyle and value, 20% of the results and testimony. Okay, here are the best times to post throughout our day. Okay, why are these our best times? Because most of us are getting ready for our day. We're getting our kids off to school, we're heading to work, or we're getting prepared for our day. Okay, 6 to 8 a.m. in the morning is going to be your best time to post, 11 to 1, and then 4 to 7. These are not set in stone times, guys. All I'm saying is these are the peak times to post on Facebook, okay? So it also creates the activity, okay? Again, we're going to cover, we talked about how to build rapport without actually talking with your prospects. It's about the engagement on your page, okay? Again, it's about positive quotes, motivation. Okay, if you're using this 80-20 mixture, it's about having about 10 posts, 10 to 12 posts of value and lifestyle versus 2 to 4 posts about results. Okay, so again, these are different things: lifestyle, personal development, piggyback marketing. It's about knowing what works in this actor. Okay, so these actors are well known in the industry. Okay, so what we're doing, we're piggybacking off of their fame because people recognize them. So you have to think about this, guys. When people are going throughout their day, okay, and they're scrolling their news feed and stuff like that, it's pretty humdrum. Okay, so in order for you to become that attractor factor, okay, you actually have to grab their attention. Okay, we only have about 3 to 5 seconds to grab someone's attention while we're going through the news feed. So you have to think aggressively with your post to keep people engaged. Okay, another thing is wowing them. Okay, this could be something cool, that could be something that would draw the interest. Again, if you have your ideal person in mind for your market, then it's going to be easy to understand what turns them on, what gets them excited, what can they not live without it. It's the cool factor, okay? Another thing is food. Food changes the state of someone so easily, because if it moves your emotion, right? If it moves you, it's going to move your audience. And that's the intention of it. Okay, again, how-to videos. If you're camera shy, then don't use the camera on yourself. Just do a voiceover. Do you know how to do PowerPoints? Do you know how to share your screen? It's very easy. Take the steps to use some YouTube videos to show you how to do it. Again, it is about showing your results and your students. See, these are my students here that are having success already in the market, and it's about me congratulating them on their success. It shows trust, okay? And it's also about showing your own results, that if you've got results, then share that, okay? So that is the easiest way to share, you know, becoming the your brand, right? So it really all comes down to your brand, your positioning, what you want to stand out in your market. Your content should support your brand. It should always focus on the theme of the topic that you stand behind, what your product is all about. Then you create fresh and valuable content in a consistent manner. Then you ultimately will provide opportunities for your target market, your audience, to take note of your brand. And then eventually your image, your company, your personality will be ingrained into their mind. So maybe right now may not be the perfect opportunity for them to join your business. Okay, but that doesn't mean that things may change in the future. I've had several people that I tried to recruit a year ago that it wasn't the right timing, but now they're coming back. Something changed into their world, and now they've seen me, they've watched me grow, and now they trust me enough to move forward. Okay, so it's all about staying in that loop. Okay, do you know that it takes 6 to 18 touches for someone to actually feel comfortable enough to know you, like you, and trust you enough to move forward? Okay, so when you think about that type of ratio, is the reason why it's so important to get your brand. Use this organic marketing to actually draw the right people to you, okay? So if you understand that this organic marketing can take a little bit longer to establish yourself in, okay, because it is organic, there's ways to speed it up by incorporating some like ads and paid ads into this, but we're really focused on the organic the marketing strategy. So it can take a little bit longer to establish, okay? Normally what I usually tell my students that it usually takes between 3 to 6 months for you to establish yourself as a leader in our industry using this method, okay? But it doesn't cost you anything other than your time and your consistency, okay? So if you do these little touches like what I'm telling you about, or being consistent, then it starts adding up. Baby steps add up. So when you put a video out, either on Facebook or your social media platform supporting your brand, you're always out there, right? So it's working for you even when you're not working it, right? So it's important to incorporate videos if you can, okay? That's the reason why you are creating your clone copies. That's where the leaders in the industry are getting ahead of people, is because they're created clone copies of themselves out there. That could be a YouTube video, that could be a Facebook Live, that could be a landing page, that could be an email marketing. And so everything that they're doing is always surrounding their marketing scheme, their plan, their strategy to enhance their brand, okay? When people read your valuable content on a regular matter, they don't hesitate to spread the word. So your consistency will gain your customers become raving fans, okay? So they'll be eagerly telling others about your business, okay? So when you're able to establish yourself, that is so nice to be able to wake up in the morning, right? And then have your content box full of people wanting to get to know you on a regular basis and what you got going on. Okay, when you're doing this right, then you are establishing yourself. People are actively reaching out to you, and that's what the whole end game is to actually make your marketing strategy work for you. Okay, so always keep that in mind when you are putting your content. Remember, you are pointing people to different areas you want them to do. Okay, normal people want to be told where to go, what to do, how to do it. I mean, we are brought up in the society of being followers, okay? So make it easy for your prospects to follow through on a command, okay? So when I'm putting out content, what am I telling them to do? Come join me in my private VIP Inspiring Leaders group. come join me on my business page. Okay, come join me by making an appointment for me to have a strategy call with me. Come join me on a webinar. Okay, my content is always pointing them somewhere else pretty much, so I can get to know them, like them, and they get to trust me more and more and more. It makes the process a little bit easier. Okay, so also it's the combination of all of this. Okay, so if I have that 6 to 18 touches, okay, so the first time that I'm reaching out to them, and we'll go over tomorrow about how we can generate unlimited leads by actually targeting these right people that we're going to be talking about. I have 10 questions that I'm going to share with you tomorrow that you should actually be talking with your prospect, know intimately how they will react by what their needs are. Okay, so that's what we're going to be covering tomorrow. So today is about really understanding how you use your content throughout the entire sales process. Okay, it is critical that you understand that. And the quality content is very important for you to make money. So if you're following any of the gurus online, you will see their content is exceptional. I'll get it out in a minute. So what you're doing is, by you following there, aren't you eager to open their email or eager to watch their video, because you're always looking for fresh, relative, relatable engagement content that they're putting on. So that's what we're trying to help you establish yourself as a leader in our industry. So if you want to be like the gurus, like the leaders, you're going to have to step out and do that, right? So by you doing that, it will help boost your awareness, right? So that's how you really establish yourself as a leader in our industry. Okay, so I hope that was a little bit, it helps you understand that, you know, take in mind what moves you throughout your day. Okay, if you are marketing online, okay, you are constantly at different areas online. Okay, what I like to do to help me along to create my content throughout the week is I have a folder on my desktop that if I find something that moves me, that inspires me, or changes my state, right, I'm taking that post, that link, that whatever the case may be, that picture or whatever, I'm copying that and I'm putting it into my folder on a regular basis throughout my entire day. So then what I'm doing is that at the end of the week, I'm getting ideas of what my post is going to be for my next week by what I'm watching. I'm having my pulse on the market, what's happening around me, what's converting, right? And so it makes it easy for me to come up with my content for the next week because I'm following what they're doing in the market. Okay, so if it moves me, I'm going to grab it, put it in there. Another thing is that I help myself with a theme, okay, throughout the week. All right, Monday, I use motivation. So it's Motivation Monday, right? On Tuesday, then it's Tip Tuesday. So what kind of tip can I put in there? All right. Then Wednesday, it is Wacky Wednesday. It's Hump Wednesday. It's fun. What you got going on, right? Remember, this is all about engagement, all right? Then Thursday is going to talk about business. We're going to talk about business. We're going to fill a class. We're going to invite them somewhere. We're going to show some results. We're going to talk something, right? Then the next day, and then that could be Friday, is follow up. Or what you got, what's going on Friday? What you up to, right? And so then Saturday and Sunday is all about lifestyle, right? Very leisure, very whatever. So if you follow that type of plan, right, it makes it a little bit easier for you to put out your content throughout the day. Okay, remember, we're only posting 1 to 3 times every day. right? That's not too hard to come up with. If you prepare yourself a little bit throughout the week and as you go throughout your day, so it'd be easy for you to post, okay? So that's the critical part, is to be consistent. Because if you are coming online and you are posting regular for 3 days in a row, and then you come and you leave for 5 days, and then you come back and expect to pick up where you left, then you're having to build that momentum back up. One thing that my mentor taught me early on in my business career is that you have to build compression up, okay? Online marketing is a little bit different than regular business, okay? With us, we understand that we have to build momentum up, okay? So what I do on a consistent basis, it usually takes between 3 to 6 weeks to show results, okay? Usually you can tell if a strategy is working within 3 weeks, okay? 3 weeks is enough time for you to actually acquire some data, and then you can tweak it a little bit to adjust it, and then you follow through. And after 3 weeks, then you should see some improvement. If you're not seeing improvement after 3 weeks, that strategy is not working. Okay, so you need to evaluate your strategy to make it work. Okay, so that's the reason why most people do not give it enough time for you to actually see results. Okay, so that's the reason why I always say at least give 3 weeks or possibly even 3 months to see how your strategy is working, and you should see some momentum built up. So one of the things that you have to see is like 21 days, okay? What we do is we build up consistency. So we post every day, we're reaching out on a regular basis, we're having conversation, we're getting our people to see our link, okay? We're talking all organic, right? So what we're doing is we're building that compression. So if we are building that compression and we have an imaginary wall, okay, and usually it is an imaginary wall that we hit about 14 days, 10 to 14 days to 21 days that we hit this. So what happens is most people are not consistent with what they're doing. So what they do is they get consistent and they say like 10 days, and then they don't see any results, so they slack off and they fall back down. Okay, but if they stay at it and they hit that barrier, then they go over that hump and they hit that that peak, and they break that inertia, and then it starts rolling in. Okay, and that's what happened to me. When I first joined my company, it took me 21 days to make my first sale. But the very first of that is that I didn't see any results for 21 days. But I had faith in the system that it worked, so I continued on the process, okay? And as a result, because I had faith and I had 21 days of data, I was able to tweak and adjust my strategy to make it work. Well, once I adjusted my strategy, I had my first sale in 21 days. Then the next week I had another sale. Then I had another sale, and then I completely had a couple of sales. So as it builds up, you don't slack off. You just continue on and on and on. So when I say that, guys, consistency is really the key to any success, think about this. Anytime that you are starting a new diet plan, anytime that you are learning a new skill, anytime that you are doing anything that is important to you, it is about being consistent with your activities. Marketing is no different, okay? So when you implement these strategies that I cover today about finding your right content, then you should be able to brand yourself effectively by setting your Facebook page effectively, by using those canvas, right? Setting yourself up for success, okay? Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be posting to support our brand, And then tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to be actually talking about targeting your perfect customer. So now tomorrow, we're actually going to target and find those people that are going to be raising their hand, wanting whatever services or products that you're providing, because you're picking the right people. So I hope that that was helpful today. And so if y'all have any questions, please drop it into the chat box. I'll be happy to ask those questions. And if you're not able to join me live, then if you'll ask those questions, then tomorrow, on tomorrow's episode, we can cover those, okay? So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching it, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Y'all have a fantastic day. Talk to you later.